Papi of the good life. Papi, thank you so much. Where's Undo? So I happened to listen to the prayer you sent, and while listening to it, at a point, I was drawn back to my teenagehood, and it's inspired this. So this to you, Papi, and to every other person I'm going to be trying their name in the course of sharing this. So I'm going to call this the bet of faith. The bet of my faith. Okay, so before now, as a child, I happen to have two companions that is made of an hibiscus flower and a goat named Bekeke. Can you imagine? In my early childhood, I was really quiet, and the environment just still contributed. And I didn't remember me having any childhood friend playing with. So the environment to stay then was in Saple. It's called Tota, the street, Okoligbe Street in Tota. So in that compound, it's a kind of a private, everybody was to ease herself. So along the line, it happened we moved to a much busier area, a place in Saple called Amokwe. And in Amokwe, my God, we stayed, I think, a place close to a ghetto. We stayed close to a motor park. In my compound, there is a cartel where guys come to take weed. I think, like, in that compound, I was exposed to a kind of life that you can relate to the Ajikule life. Now, I call this the birth of faith because I wasn't in search of God. God reached out to me. Now, okay, the story proper. So, when we parked to the compound, we parked in at night. It was a very big compound. Face me and face you, like they call it. The compromises of so much rooms. So a room next to hers was a girl called Faith Ogenero, and her mother and her aunt were staying in the room. So I was carrying a TV. It was like a white TV. I happened to be carrying it inside our room. And she was like, "You're powerful. How can you carry this?" That's how we became friends. So Faith became my first friend there in that compound. And along the line, Faith had some other friends that makes her want to go to church. And I happened to know that the name of the church was Church of God Mission. And they have this group, Agape Force teenage group. And every Sunday, some weekend, the friends will come around, they will gist, talk about the meetings, talk about choreographies, It was really so interesting. I found it interesting, and it was quite inviting. Before meeting with Faith, staying down Mukwe, there was somebody, a childhood friend, who challenged me. I don't know, he inspired me in terms of this speaking of English, and his name was Feko, a little boy. Feko happened to be the only son of his mom. So I remember very well then, Feko would come around and he attend a private school. I happened to be attending a public school. We'll come around in the afternoon, children, and we're competing in speaking English. We'll bring new English, and you don't want to follow it. So Feko challenged me towards English and expressing myself in English. And also, it was kind of creative. Feko could look at you and have you draw on the floor, on the soil. So when it comes around, it's either we are competing, we are debating on what we taught, or we'll be drawing things. So any creative inclination you can trace to me, I think Feko instilled it in me. He bettered that aspect of me. So he influenced me. Feko, wherever you are now, it's been decades. I don't know if I can recognize you if I get to see you. So I want to say thank you for inspiring me you made me love English. You made me love art. I think I might have artistic touch or inclination, but you made it, you draw it out. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the fact that God sent you to my life. You happened to me, and this girl now is grateful for meeting you as a child. So faith brought about the curiosity about Christian, about faith, about church. Before now we move to the compound where I made faith. I think the compound we're staying were owned by a Jehovah's Witness, and the only book I know we have was the book of Bible story that we just look at the pictures. And so my stepmom she took me, she was a Celestial Those Garment Church, and I don't really understand what was going on. I just go there as a child, I don't really know what was going on. So we parked to the compound. When we parked to the compound, she wasn't going to church, anybody wasn't going to church. So when I saw Faith and Shelly and Daliti, they come around, they'll talk about God first, talk about church. So I was so curious, so I eventually followed Faith to church. Faith, it's not a coincidence that your name is Faith. Maybe that's why you're named Faith, because you brought about my birth of faith. Don't mind me. So my church happened to be Church of God Mission, Amukwe branch, district headquarters. and it was opposite our company. The company we're staying was, I told you it was a motor park. You just cross the road and my church is there. Wow. When I went into church, I love church. I so love the place. I don't know. But why? Now, this is about the Kimbright, Sue, Mommy Sue, and some other person that will share. So why I got to church? The Kimbright and Sue happened to me. Now, I don't know what the Kimbright must have done. Then he was a deacon. Now he's now a reverend of a church of commission branch in Mosuga. So I don't know what he saw. I don't know, but this man, I could not muster the courage up till now, even as a child, teenage. I could not muster the courage to ask him, why was he so intentional about me? Why was he so much? Why did he put so much into me? So first, second Sunday, the Kimbright came around. It was just so much. It was so all about me. Although it was all about every teenager. I was running away, shying away in Agape Falls meeting. He would call my name, he would ask me questions, he would make sure that I stay back. And to an extent, they were electing leaders, and I've not been long. Any would tell me to opposition, bring books, like taking by Papi, sorry. Hello, sir. God bless you. This lady in that teenage teamed, very teamed girl, is grateful for those days. Now, the Bright was so particular. It was so intentional about me. I know what he suffered just because of me and every other teenager then in Amukwe branch. Like, this is somebody I can literally call in the night. His wife, thank you, Mommy Delight. You are indeed a virtuous woman. This woman was not threatened. Papi can be coming back from work and I would just call Papi, I need to talk to you. Maybe he will not get home from branch, come to the church, we'll be in church, we'll talk at length. Otherwise, I'll follow him home. His wife won't feel threatened. He won't talk much with the wife or the children. He'll just give him a listing here. Books, spiritually, mentally, physically, in every aspect, Papa, you robbed both of me. You did a lot that I wasn't aware then, but I'm grateful for all it is you did. So Papa took me so intentionally, inspired me so much, brought about my baptism, and chose and will always do everything for me to attend every Agape Falls convention and meeting. He was so much about me. I can't imagine how teenagehood would have been without you, Papi. I don't know how I could have survived or what kind of lady I would have become if you didn't happen to the teenage Dorcas in that team together. Thank you, Papi. Thank you for coming whole heart towards me. You know, teenagehood could have been so difficult. I think I'm one of the reasons you existed, and I'm one of the reasons you were at Amukwe at that time and at that period. My dad was a dad, though. He did all he could, and he gave out all he had. But if you didn't happen to that teenage girl, I don't think this Dorcas would be what she is right now. Thank you so much. Thank you for fathering me as much as you did. And to you, Sue, I'm short of voice. I don't know. I can't really recall. Sue, I'm literally lacking words. I can't recall the incident that brought me close to you. I guess this was from a meeting in Agape Falls. And how you pulled me close and you had me share mom with you. So instead, I stole her from you. I'm sorry for having to steal your mommy. I don't know how I did it, but I know I stole her. And I'm sorry, I don't know how you must have felt then. But I know I was a thief. I'm sorry, and thank you so much for sharing mommy with me. Hi, mommy. Mommy Sue of God. Thank you for making me committed. Thank you. You made me see, you put me, that church is beyond attending church. Those times you call me to come to church, to come and sweep and mop, decorate, watch decoration materials. I never know what it is you were building in me. I know most times I will frown, you come to my house and pull me. Even my stepmom couldn't say anything then. Thank you for coming all hard. And thank you for those times of teaching me on how to give to God. Thank you for those times you put choking offering in my hand. Thank you for teaching me on how to give to God. Thank you so much for food, for clothes, for everything. Now, I mentioned FECO happened to instill. People think I'm really intelligent. Well, I don't know, but I can't say how intelligent I am without Sue being surface. Sue was beautiful, intelligent, smart. Like, she's just so hit. And I don't know, Sue, how you did it, how you were so strong, so all that you are, even without the presence of Dad. I don't know how you did it, but I've never seen you broke down. I've never seen you cry. You always inspire me coming around you. The things you taught me, the exposure. You remember you had me, you created my Facebook for me and my Gmail, till today. Even I've created Gmails and account for several persons. But I choose not to. I'm still using the Facebook you opened for me. My Facebook is more than a decade now. And I can't bring myself. I want to remember all that you did, all that you instilled to me. And I'm still using that Gmail you opened for me. I've created all that Gmails and I've created for persons. But in honor of all that you did for me, I'm still going to be using that Gmail and until Jesus come. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for sharing more, for sharing yourself, for sharing your things. I still have some of your clothes. Some of your shoes. Thank you. Sincerely, you're indeed a sister I could never have asked for. And up till now, you've not stopped being a sister. I think I still have large some space in your heart. I don't know how you get to love me this hard and this much. Thank you for loving me. Even when you have several reasons not to love me, you still love me this hard and much. Thank you so much. So, in your faith, thank you. Like I said, your name didn't happen just to be faith. You brought about the birth of my faith. You put me to church, and not just church. And thank you for for sharing your mom with me. I know at the point you were irritated because your mom seems to love Omojiwe very much. She will not want to do anything without Ojiwe. I was literally sharing your mom with you, and you could not help it. I'm sorry. Thank you for allowing me to share your mom with you. And if your mom gets to listen to this, Izufeti, you're a good mother. The Lord God bless you. Thank you for instilling the value and culture of hard work. I don't know how lazy I would have been and how dependent a lady I would have grown up to be. I think I could have not even mustered the courage to leave home as at 2015. You breathed, you instilled independence in me. You taught me how to be hardworking. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mommy. I can't literally I can't even say it all. If I'm to write a book, I think volume 1, volume 2, and I'll still be writing. I think one volume will not be enough to really tell of how much of a blessing you guys are. When I say or write in my status that I've enjoyed the gift of men, surely if I can't, it will take me all the days of my life and I still can't say them all. Literally, I am what I am, where I am, by God's gift of men. Every point of my life, I've enjoyed the gift of men. So, Pape, I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know what to call this. Sue, Mommy Sue, Faith, Course Time. I can't stand mentioning names. Like Auntie Chidima, Abuja, Daddy Okafo, my God, Francis Godwin, Charity Godwin, Pastor Biodu, Christ Embassy, Duse Alaji, up to Udusi. I can't call names, but sincerely from my heart, I'm grateful. All I am, where I am, is as a result of you guys allowing God to use you guys at each point or interval of my life. And I'm grateful. And I might not mention your name. Time will fail me if I should mention every one of your names. Nefi, Mercy, Faith Wisdom, Marvin Choice, Mommy Bukwe and a family, Mommy Faloye, Mommy Borser, Auntie Dina, Auntie Esther, Auntie Belikisu. See, I can't even start calling names. I don't know who I will offend, who I will not offend. Joy, Mohammed, Angela, David, Emmanuel, Jerry. Oh my God, who will I not call? Who will I call and who will I not call? Sincerely, this lady is grateful for all you guys did at each point of my life towards the becoming of this lady. And by the mercies and help of God, I pray that you guys will be proud of the woman I'll become, and you want to reckon with the woman I'm becoming. Thank you to every one of you. I can't say it. I can't even express it in words and writing. If I should write, I'm not sure I'll be able to publish that book. It will take me my life and more, and I'm still not even able to write what and how each one of you are being a blessing. Thank you to every one of you. I'm grateful. The Lord God bless you greatly. And I pray that you guys will never lack up in any way. That such as you allow yourself to be a gift of men towards my life and becoming, God will raise men, kings and queens, men of substance, will come to your rising. You will not lack help at any point. Your hands will be lifted. You will have hands of support supporting you towards your purpose and destiny. You won't have need for lack. You won't lack men. You'll find favor with God, with men and things, much more than you did, much more than the sacrifice and labor of love you did towards my becoming. The Lord God recompense you and